What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into everything Dallas Cowboys. Now, before we get started, let's address the elephant in the room. Our season hasn't exactly gone as planned. But hey, this team is constantly working to improve, and you know we'll fight until the very last snap. If you're here for the latest Cowboys news, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Alright, let's jump right into today's hot topic. Could Mike McCarthy be getting a contract extension despite the ups and downs of this season? In his weekly radio interview, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones dropped a bit of a bombshell. When asked about the future of head coach Mike McCarthy, Jones didn't rule out the possibility of an extension after this season. Here's what Jones said. "I don't think that's crazy at all. This is a Super Bowl winning coach. Mike McCarthy has been there and done that. He has great ideas. We got a lot of football left." That's a pretty strong endorsement from the man who ultimately calls the shots. McCarthy, who's currently coaching on the final year of his contract, could be rewarded with an extension depending on how the rest of this season unfolds. So, let's break this down. Why would Jerry Jones even consider extending Mike McCarthy's contract when the Cowboys are sitting at 4-7? Well, it's all about perspective. 1. Proven success. McCarthy is one of the few active head coaches with a Super Bowl ring, having led the Green Bay Packers to victory in the 2010 season. 2. Consistency in the regular season. Despite criticism, McCarthy has guided the Cowboys to 3 straight 12-win seasons before this year. That's not easy to do in the NFL. 3. Team resilience. Even with injuries, penalties, and inconsistent play, the Cowboys still have flashes of brilliance. Jerry Jones' comments suggest that the rest of the season will heavily influence his decision. If the Cowboys somehow manage to turn things around, run the table, and sneak into the playoffs, McCarthy's odds of getting an extension could skyrocket. Let's look at what lies ahead. Versus New York Giants, 2-9. The Cowboys have a golden opportunity to grab a win against a struggling team led by rookie quarterback Tommy DeVito. Versus Cincinnati Bengals, 4-7, a tougher matchup, but the Bengals have been inconsistent this year. At Carolina Panthers, 3-8, Bryce Young is improving, but the Cowboys' talent should be enough to secure a victory. Versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 5-6, the toughest test in this stretch, but it's a primetime game where anything can happen. The combined record of these opponents is 14-30, and over the last 5 weeks, they're 5-15. If Dallas can capitalize, they could end the season with a winning streak and momentum heading into 2024. Since joining the Cowboys in 2020, McCarthy has posted a 46-32 record, including 3 playoff appearances. However, his postseason record with Dallas is just 1-3, which is a sticking point for many fans. But here's the thing. Success in the NFL is hard to come by. McCarthy's ability to maintain stability and get the Cowboys to the playoffs in a highly competitive NFC deserves some credit. Not everyone is sold on extending McCarthy. Critics point to game management issues. There have been several moments where questionable decisions on 4th downs or clock management have hurt the team. Playoff performance. While regular season success is great, the Cowboys haven't been able to make a deep playoff run under McCarthy. Inconsistencies, penalties, execution errors, and an overall lack of discipline have plagued the team. Let's be real, winning 4 games in a row and making the playoffs isn't likely. But it's also not impossible. The defense is playing better, key players are returning from injury, and Cooper Rush has shown he can manage the game effectively in Dak Prescott's absence. If the Cowboys pull off a miracle run, it will undoubtedly strengthen McCarthy's case for staying in Dallas. Jerry Jones is known for his loyalty to head coaches he believes in. From Jimmy Johnson to Jason Garrett, Jones has often shown patience when he sees potential. McCarthy's Super Bowl pedigree and the fact that he's been able to navigate the challenges of the Cowboys' unique ecosystem could make Jones feel confident about extending him. The Cowboys and Giants find themselves in an unexpected position this year. Combined, these two teams have just 6 wins and 16 losses in 2024. That's not the Thanksgiving feast we wanted, but here we are. Dallas, now at 4-7, finally got a much-needed win last week against Washington, snapping a losing streak and giving fans a glimmer of hope. But the team remains winless at home, and this Thanksgiving matchup offers the perfect chance to change that against a Giants squad sitting at 2-9, reeling from a 6-game losing streak. Head coach Mike McCarthy summarized the moment well. "The fight has definitely been there. But we're still pretty far down in the valley of adversity right now. We've made one step in the right direction, so we've still got a lot of climbing to do. The Giants are in rough shape. They're last in the league in scoring, averaging just 14.8 points per game, and ranked near the bottom in passing offense. Their QB situation has been a revolving door, with Tommy DeVito now leading the charge after replacing Daniel Jones. DeVito struggled mightily last week, getting battered by Tampa Bay's defense. Injuries on the offensive line haven't helped, with key players like Jermaine Illuminor and Evan Neal potentially out for this week. The Giants' lone offensive bright spot is rookie wide receiver Malik Nabers, who has shown big play potential but hasn't been consistently utilized. He wasn't even targeted in the first half last week. Meanwhile, running back Tyrone Tracy is in hot water after another costly fumble that hurt the team in Week 10. For Dallas, this game is about building on last week's win and finally giving fans at AT&T Stadium something to cheer about. Here's how they can get it done. Running back Rico Dowdle had a career-best performance against Washington, carrying the ball 19 times for 86 yards. With the Giants allowing at least 140 rushing yards in 5 straight games, this is the perfect opportunity for Dowdle to shine again. Let's not forget, Dowdle also torched the Giants earlier this season, scoring a touchdown in that Week 4 win. Micah Parsons is back in top form, recording 2 sacks last week against Washington. With the Giants' offensive line in shambles, Parsons could have another dominant performance. Keeping pressure on DeVito will be critical to forcing mistakes and setting the tone early. The potential return of Brandon Cooks is huge for this offense. Cooks hasn't played since Week 4, but his speed and playmaking ability could open up opportunities for Cooper Rush to stretch the field. Speaking of Rush, he wasn't spectacular last week but was efficient, throwing 2 touchdowns without an interception. He'll need to continue managing the game effectively to keep the Cowboys on track. The Cowboys are hopeful for the return of several key players this week. Jake Ferguson, concussion. Tyler Smith, ankle/knee. Trayvon Diggs, groin/knee. These reinforcements could be the boost Dallas needs to secure their first home win of the season. Unfortunately, All-Pro guard Zach Martin is unlikely to play due to shoulder and ankle injuries, which could pose challenges for the offensive line. A win on Thanksgiving wouldn't just snap the Cowboys' home losing streak, it would also keep them on the fringe of playoff contention. At 5-7, Dallas would still have a steep hill to climb, but it's better than being completely out of the race. For the Giants, this game is more about pride. They've been outscored by 89 points this season and are searching for any signs of life to finish the year strong. This Thanksgiving Day game isn't just another matchup, it's part of a cherished Cowboys tradition. Playing on Thanksgiving is an honor, and despite the team's struggles, there's always something special about watching America's team take the field on this holiday. Dallas has dominated the Giants in recent years, aiming for their 4th consecutive season sweep of New York. Let's hope this trend continues, and the Cowboys give fans something to be thankful for this year. Now, this is where you come in. We want to hear your thoughts. 1. Should Jerry Jones extend Mike McCarthy's contract after this season? 2. What does McCarthy need to do in the final stretch to earn your trust? 3. If not McCarthy, who do you think should lead the Cowboys next season? Drop your answers in the comments below. We'll be reading and responding to as many as we can. Thanks for tuning in today, Cowboys Nation. This team is full of surprises, and we'll be here every step of the way to break it all down for you. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you're always in the loop. Let's keep the conversation going and, as always, go Cowboys!